It was a crisp autumn evening when I first stumbled upon the old wooden box in my newly rented apartment. I had just moved in, and the landlord had mentioned something about the previous tenant leaving behind a few things. I assumed it was trash, but as I pulled it out from the dusty corner of the closet, I felt an odd chill run down my spine. The box was locked, but the intricate carvings of faces, some screaming, others crying, seemed to stare back at me. Curiosity got the better of me, and I pried it open with a butter knife. Inside, there was nothing but a faint whisper, like the echo of a voice I couldn't quite place. I shrugged it off and set the box aside, chalking it up to the creaky old building. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept hearing my name being called, but every time I turned on the light, there was no one there. By morning, I had convinced myself it was just the stress of moving. But then I noticed something strange. My memories were shifting. At first, it was little things. I couldn't remember where I put my keys or what I had for breakfast. But as the days passed, the gaps grew larger. I couldn't recall my childhood, my parents' faces, or even my own name. Panic set in, and I went to the doctor, but he found nothing wrong with me. It wasn't until I saw her, the girl in the mirror, who wasn't me, that I realized something was horribly wrong. She had sunken eyes and a twisted grin, and she mouthed a single word: mine. I slammed the mirror shut and stumbled back to my apartment, my heart racing. That's when I saw it, the box, sitting neatly on my kitchen table. I hadn't touched it in days. Suddenly, the whispers made sense. I grabbed the box and ran out of the apartment, determined to find answers. The streets were eerily quiet, and the shadows seemed to follow me. I stopped at a local antique shop, hoping someone might know something about the box. The old man behind the counter took one look at it and paled. "Where did you get this?" he asked, his voice trembling. I told him everything. He listened, his eyes widening with fear. "You don't understand," he said. "This box, it's not just any box. It's a vessel, a prison, for something ancient, something that feeds on memories." He explained that the box had once belonged to a cult that worshipped a being known only as the Devourer. This being feasted on people's memories, erasing their past and identity until they were nothing but empty shells. I didn't believe him, not until I started forgetting him. As I stood there, I couldn't remember how I had gotten to the shop or why I was holding the box. The old man screamed at me to get out, but I just stood there, confused and terrified. When I finally stumbled back to my apartment, the box was gone, or so I thought. That night, I woke up to the sound of my own voice, whispering, "I remember." But when I turned on the light, I wasn't alone, and I wasn't myself. To be continued.